Hello everyone. So continuing with our next video on the introduction part of the simulation. So in the last video I have explained you about what actually is a system and what is a system environment. So once we are aware of what actually is a system and a system environment, then next part is what are the components of a system. So in this video I am going to explain you on the different components of a system. So here we can see these are the listed components of the system. We'll go through one by one. The first component is the entity. An entity is an object of interest in a system. So entity, it may be either a customer or it may be a service provider also. So example, here they have given in the factory system, departments, orders, parts and products are the entities. So if we consider the college system, then we there also we have the departments and we have the semesters. So the students and also the faculties and the management, so all these will come under the entities of the system. So next component is attribute. An attribute denotes the property of an entity. So here example, if we consider factory system, so in that we have the quantities for each order. So what are the orders they are getting and what is the quantity of the order they are getting and what is the type of the part or number of machines in a department are the attributes of the factory system. So if we consider the college system, then the attributes are nothing but the number of faculties working there, number of non-teaching faculties working there, number of students studying there, number of admissions which are taken in that particular year. So all these will come under the attributes of the system. So next component is activity. So activity represent a time period of specified length. Example, manufacturing process of a department. And so here activity means for a time period, what is the activity or actions that are going to be taken place within the system. So for example, if we consider the college system, then in college system we can say that the time period of some class, for example system simulation class, if it is going on from 9 o'clock to 12 o'clock, then what is the activity going on between 9 to 12, what is the specified length of classes going on, which class is going on. So that is nothing but the activity. In the bank system, if we consider, the customer spends his time in order to get serviced, whether in order to deposit the money or in order to take back the money, in order to do some insurance. So some activities will be done by the customer, and that customer will be going and asking to the service provider, and he will ask him to wait for some time, and the time period which has been considered for performing certain activity is nothing but the activity of a component. Next, coming to the state of the system. The state of a system is defined as a collection of variables necessary to describe a system at any time relative to the objective of study. For example, here state of a system means at 5 o'clock or on Tuesday. So what are the activities that are taking place in the bank system or in the college system? For example, what classes were going on, so what was the work of the students. So all these will be noted down based on the variables, collections of the variables which are necessary to describe a system at any particular point of time. So that is nothing but the state of a system. Event. An event is defined as an instantaneous occurrence that may change the state of a system. So here some event or some part which is going to affect the state of a system. That is, for example, here if the customer comes and if he gets his token, then only he will be allowed for the service. So that change in the occurrence of the event is nothing but the event of a system. So these events may be endogenous or exogenous events or activities. So here endogenous activities, it is used to describe the activities and events that is occurring within the system. Endogenous means within or inside the system. Exogenous means it is used to describe the activities and the events which are occurring outside the system and which will affect the system. the environment, the events and activities will be occurring in the environment, and which will affect the working of the system. Next, moving to different types of systems. Here first we go through the discrete and the continuous systems. Discrete system, it is one in which the state variable change only at a discrete set of points in time. So here we have state variables which will change only at certain point of time. For example, here we have taken the bank is an example. Since the state variable, the number of customers in the bank changes only when a customer arrives or when the service provided to a customer is completed. So that is, the number of customers will change only when, if a new customer arrives, or the old customer already, once he is serviced, he leaves the bank, then the changes occurs at some particular point of time. So this is the example of the discrete system. Next, continuous system is one in which the state variable change continuously over time. So here the changes will be occurring continuously, hence it is called as a continuous system. And for example, we have considered here the head of water behind a dam. During and for some time after a rainstorm, water flow into the lake behind the dam. So here we can consider the changes in the level of the water because of the evaporation, or because of the rain, or because of some storms. So all this will continuously change the level of water in the dam, that is the backwaters of the dam, which are being collected in the dam. So this is about the continuous system. So after knowing what actually is a system, what are the different types of what actually is a system and system environment, and what are the components of a system, then next we move on to the model of a system. So what is a model? Means it is a representation of a system for the purpose of studying the system. So actual system will be converted into a model, and we are going to study the model first, then we will be able to understand how actually the actual system is going to work. It is necessary to consider only those aspects of the system that affect the problem under investigation. These aspects are represented in a model, and by definition it is a simplification of a system. So we have different types of models here. So first is mathematical or the physical model, static and dynamic model, deterministic and the stochastic model, and discrete and continuous model. Discrete and continuous model, already we have seen it, what actually it is. We will see what are the three different types of models, that is mathematical or physical model, static and dynamic model, deterministic and stochastic model. So first, moving to the mathematical or physical model. Mathematical model uses symbolic notations and equations to represent the system. Mathematical model means it will be consisting of the equations, it will be consisting of the problem solving, and it will be consisting of the some symbolic notations. Whereas a physical model means it will be like we can feel and touch the model. So that is a physical model which we can see with our eyes, which we can touch, we can make the changes with the help of our hands. So this is a physical model. Static model means a static simulation model represents a system at a particular point in time. It is called as a Monte Carlo simulation. So at some particular point of time, how the system looks, that is nothing but the static simulation model. Dynamic model means a dynamic simulation model represents the system as a system will change over time. Simulation of a bank from 9 to 4. What are the changes that are occurring within the bank system within 9 to 4? So that comes under the dynamic model. Deterministic model means a simulation variable that contain no random variable have a set of known input which will result in a unique set of outputs. Deterministic means it is fixed to some particular values there. So only on those values only that model will be working. Stochastic model means it will be working on the random variables. That is, the input will be given randomly and will be expecting the output also to be random.